back.
Let's get to the real thing.
The mornings on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.
The views and opinions expressed on the radio program by the guests, advertisers, news bulletins, call-in listeners or chatters are solely the views and opinions of the source who express them. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions and the views of Trustco Group International, the broadcast regulators in Namibia, or that of the Informanté radio station.
This is Informanté Radio, the sound for a new age. This is Arafat on the beat.
Condolola, the way to condolola. Could have been your reason to be happy. Should have, would have, could have been.
Always loving local music on Informanté Radio, man. You know the drill by now. Good Monday morning to you. That's Epanda Rizi featuring Hishishi Papa with Down and Under 2.0. Good morning. Welcome to this Monday edition of the Morning Mix. Tatenevela Moro Moro.
Moro. Blow Mandag.
Come on, blow. How is the Monday blue?
Blow, boy. Blow. Good morning, everybody out there.
Moro, thank you guys for joining the show this morning. Thank you for choosing us as your morning, company each and every day.
We thank you.
Thank you. Highly appreciated. Right. Before Rich Auntie steps into the studio, let's just quickly talk some sports.
I'll give a Muhammad Ali speech now.
Right?
Can you all you haters, can you bow down to the king? The king of all kings.
Right.
The greatest team of all time. The only team in the last 100 years that has gone undefeated for a whole season. The only team who
Arsenal
has never been relegated from the Premier League. Arsenal Football Club. We beat Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool in the last 3 months. I thank you.
Is she no happy?
Yeah.
Were you guys in action this weekend or what?
Ooh.
I got these sports kicking me, bro. Because every time I switch on the sports channel, it's not Messi. Like, yes.
We just clinched the Community Shield. Yeah, Jella can say it's a Streetwise 2 Combo Cup. I don't care.
It's not still silverware.
It's silverware. And we beat the Premier League champions.
Come show us yours before you start criticizing ours.
Yeah. Yeah. Hierdie Manchester United supporters, talk now. Prat. Chelsea supporters, prat. Talk. Geen nog Tottenham. Yeah, Tottenham supporters. Prat. I have 2 trophies up until now. Yeah.
United hasn't won a trophy since Jose Mourinho, ne?
Julle sal my niks vertel vandag nie. Ek is klip hard gepak vandag.
Maar ek sal ook niks sê nie. We also didn't win a single trophy this season.
In the voice of the dog. Swallow the blade.
Swallow the blade. How did the game end?
Okay. Again, jokes aside, Liverpool was supposed to win that game because they were really bossing that game. Aubameyang, again, our savior, out of nowhere comes, scores 1-0. Ons hou vas hulle seker tot die 80ste minuut of wat ook al. Because they were really pressing it. You could see that the Arsenal players were tired because the fitness and the conditioning level of Liverpool players are really, really up there.
You can see, yeah.
And then they equalized. But we beat them 5-4 on penalties. Okay? But then again, we must say we had Lacazette and what's the Ivory Coast boy? We had a few players that were in quarantine.
Nicolas Pepe.
Pepe, yeah. He was also in quarantine. So we had a few players, and even our new signings, Saliba, he was not playing. So we can rightfully say Liverpool was in full squad. We had a few players missing. But we played well. We played well under the circumstances, and we won the cup. So,
you think you're going to have a much better season under Arteta now? I mean, now obviously he's had some time to really work on the squad, and he's probably going to bring in some of his own signings now during the summer. Are you looking forward to the season?
Definitely looking forward to the season. Rugby is on the back burner at the moment, so I need to switch my energy
soccer.
to football at the moment, to soccer. So no, I think Arteta has brought quite a positive vibe to the club, and for sure. Let's see how the first 5 games of the season goes.
That's true. Like speaking or staying in England, Lampard seems to be busy with quite the revolution at Chelsea. They are gearing up for one hell of a season. I think they want to go for City and Liverpool. They want to challenge for the title because they have made some pretty good signings and they're still being linked with some incredible players.
I've seen that, and I believe they signed Thiago from PSG.
Yes, on a free transfer.
Free transfer.
Thiago Silva, yeah.
Yeah, Thiago Silva.
Yeah.
So Chelsea would definitely be in the mix. I think again pointing.
They're being linked with Ben Chilwell as well.
Exactly.
Left back.
Yeah.
They're being linked with Ajax's young goalkeeper Andre Onana. I'm not sure if the Kai Havertz deal is completed, but Kai is definitely one of the most sought after midfielders in Europe at the moment. They've already completed the signing of Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty good team this season.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Yeah. It's going to be a good team. I think everybody is strengthening at the moment.
Yeah.
Everybody is strengthening, so we will foresee that it's going to be a very competitive league, which brings us to the next point.
Yeah, like
the league just might be turned upside down.
Yep.
If Man City's pockets are deep enough. 600 million pounds buyout clause.
But I don't think it's going to come to. I don't think it's going to come to that. Never.
Nee.
Look, here's the thing, right? Even if Barca force Messi to stay for the season, right? His contract ends at the end of next season. Then he can walk away for free. So I think the best option is to negotiate something reasonable right now
for both parties.
Yes, because he's set on leaving.
Yeah,
basically. Yesterday was the COVID-19 testing before
he wasn't there.
Yeah, before preseason training starts today, and he was not there. I mean, some people in the media are still depicting it as sort of a power play. He wants to force changes at the club.
Yeah,
but I don't think so. I think his mind is really made up. I think he's set on leaving.
As an Arsenal supporter, I've gone through many years of players on the brink of leaving, and you can see how their spirit and their performance basically just very subdued.
Yeah.
There's just no level of commitment, and you don't want that from a player like Messi.
Yes, of course.
That you force to stay at a club, and he doesn't show any level of energy, the same level of energy, because he brings some negativity to the squad. So, like you do say, I really hope that they find an amicable solution. Let him go.
I also think so. I mean, from what I understood initially was Barca were going to look for something just a little bit more than what PSG paid for Neymar. Because obviously they would like that
record.
Yes, Messi to be the record signing of all time. It is deserved. But then you also need to understand that under the current circumstances, I don't think anybody can pay that kind of money up front.
No.
And City are not necessarily keen on exchanging players, so
no.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting one. This one is going to drag on for some time. So
right, Gogo. Two other things very quickly. The PSL title in South Africa seems to be up for grabs at the moment.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like either Mamelodi Sundowns or Kaizer Chiefs want this for themselves. Both of them had easy games over this weekend. Both of them lost. Okay? So, ons weet nie wat gaan aan daarso nie. So, yeah. And Formula 1, Lewis Hamilton ran away again with the Belgian Grand Prix yesterday. After that, he said, even this is becoming boring for him.
Yep.
Winning week in, week out. He says when he was a kid, and he would go to bed and he would see Michael Schumacher, the race would start, and then he would go to bed because it's boring, and he wakes up and he sees that Michael Schumacher won. So he can understand now why people think it's boring, because he keeps on winning.
Every race, it can't be like that.
Yeah. So I obviously want him to break the Schumacher record, let him win this season, next season, and then bow out. finish and klaar.
I don't think it's going to bow out.
He's young, eh?
Like I watched.
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
He's young.
He's young. He's very young.
Sorry. Morning, Rich Auntie.
Good morning. I like that name.
So, and this is where we bring you in. Okay? Morning, Maria.
Morning.
So, Lewis Hamilton yesterday dedicated the win
Yes, to
to none other but
Chadwick Boseman.
Wakanda Forever. So, it was one of the biggest.
Yeah. There was this beautiful picture
Pieces
that
of
they posted
news.
with the Wakanda sign. That was nice.
I was shocked, man.
Yeah.
I was really, really, really shocked.
You remember?
Great loss.
You remember the guys who were shooting Maria on Friday? Yeah. I remember at some point when they were sitting outside, Neville was like, "Yo, Maria, who are these Black Panther guys you have here in the studio?"
That's what I said.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I said that.
And then later in the day or the next day, we get the news
I
that
remember I said
The
that.
universe works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was so shocked when I saw that. And
Yeah, I think we're all shocked because nobody knew he was battling colon cancer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Stage 4 colon cancer.
Yes, stage 4. Yeah. Colon cancer, you don't even usually live that long. So for him to have been battling for 4 years is quite some time. And, the fact that it wasn't leaked just shows what a great team he had. That he was working with. That nobody leaked this to the media.
information,
Now
yes.
for 4 years, everybody kept quiet, respected his wishes to remain private, but. I was able to go back to old videos, like when he's talking about, because he did a lot of work with cancer with children. So, visited a lot of hospitals, a lot of kids on their deathbeds, quite literally, wanted to meet him, and he made the time to go to the hospitals and indulge them, obviously, with Black Panther. But now to watch the interviews, now with the information that he was also having his own battle and watching him, how he responds. I mean, I remember once, the one I watched, he was talking about cancer, and he just started bawling his eyes out while talking about the children that wanted to meet him while they're on their deathbed. And
I cried seeing him cry.
Yes,
when I saw that video, I cried myself.
I'm not even gonna lie. I shed a few tears for him. A great loss. I mean, we know what Black Panther meant mostly to not just to the Black community, but predominantly the Black community, to be represented like
To
that.
the kids, especially.
And it's so sad.
Now, CNN is ook vol drama. So CNN is like, okay, so we had Kamala Harris and Joe Biden who paid some tributes to Chadwick Boseman.
Chadwick.
Chadwick.
Just say T'Challa.
Yeah. So now we're just waiting for our president, Donald Trump, to also send his message of condolences. No, ons vat one. I think Donald Trump said, no, Superman was the greatest.
To the great nation of Wakanda, it's a great nation, people. You don't know.
It's a great town. Wakanda is a great city. But it's...
It's too black.
It became the...
He will not recognize Wakanda.
The announcement the family made on Twitter, because, like I said, they were in control of the narrative because it wasn't leaked, so they were able to announce the death, not TMZ or any other media site. But that tweet where the family announced his death, Twitter announced yesterday that it had the most likes with over 6 million likes and over 3 million retweets. And
But
that was the...
Is it okay to like a tweet about somebody's death, though?
Hey,
No, it's
good
because
question.
you save it. You like it to save it in your folder because...
But it's just kind of weird, like, okay, who and who died, Maria, like this.
I mean, when you put it like that...
I've had many of this, I think, in the last couple of weeks. When I see well-known Namibians die. And I don't want to comment on Facebook about it, but I want to show
that
just
solidarity,
acknowledgement.
Yes.
Nou weet ek jy moet ek die like button druk. Hoe moet ek maak? Like.
This person has died. Like. Smiley emoji.
But that's not. But that's not what we mean.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. When you put it like that, it kind of sounds weird. Like you were liking a death announcement. But yes, but I get the psychology behind it. Yeah.
By the way, Aubameyang also dedicated his the victory to Chadwick.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Wakanda forever, like they say.
Lees maar gou jou spotting comments, laat ons aangaan.
Okay, kom ons begin hier eers by die goeiemôre. Môre, congrats ou Neville Basson. Your team did the things that needed to be done. Those fools needed a reality check. Liverpools. Congrats ou Neville, Arsenal won, morning team. I want that track, Cubase. Benito Nati B. Estaterizi, Epandarizi. Gladness Timothy, morning crew. Blessed week ahead. Thank you very much. What a weekend.
Isn't that Bolton's sign? What
Arsenal won against Liverpool.
Bolton? What about Bolton?
Bolt? Usain Bolt?
Yeah,
Usain
Bolt.
Bolt. Yeah, Usain Bolt, yeah.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
Now, why are you doing that? That's mostly Arsenal.
We were fast.
Come on, Usain retired. The sign is there for anyone to take now.
Yeah.
LMT, he actually tried playing soccer. He played in Australia or somewhere for a little while after he retired.
He played in Australia for a while.
Yeah.
Tested positive for COVID, eh?
I didn't
Really?
know that.
He tested positive for COVID last week because he was hosting his birthday party. Him and Sterling. Raheem Sterling. And these people were saying, this guy, nobody can run away from COVID-19.
Not even
Usain Bolt.
Great athlete.
Like Raheem Sterling, his mom is from Jamaica.
Yeah, they're Jamaican.
Which
is the majority of black
yeah.
people of England.
They actually said his running that it's a running style that he got from his mom because his mom was a sprinter.
Hamba.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because we are always like, this guy runs like a girl. But,
yeah.
you know,
you guys say that?
Yes.
What a sexy.
He's got a very funny way.
No, but he runs like a girl.
What do you run like a girl? Like girls don't run a specific way.
They do.
There's a movement in somewhere that I saw, but it's very abstract. It actually gives strength to women. There's this organization that says, but their slogan is "Hit like a girl," but it means, you own it. You own it like. People see "Hit like a girl" as a sign of weakness, but this organization basically turned the slogan in strength. They say "Hit like a girl."
Yes.
Yeah.
Like reclaiming the
yeah,
words,
reclaiming it. So it's very cool. I saw that over the weekend.
That's cool. You should show me.
Yeah.
Benito Nati B. Satan was bezig met Liverpool. Julle hou van toer. You guys and your tour things. Arsenal won another charity.
Satan was bezig.
Yeah. Arsenal are very good in simple cups. I see some complaints here. Is toch weer sports? Nee, man.
I gaan, asseblief.
Never Boson, J. Salvan Man United. What? Eet jou mond uithou, asseblief.
Okay, sorry toch, asseblief. Sorry. Sorry.
United. Don't worry, you used to be. You are another used to be. Ons is ook down. We are on the same path as you guys. Yeah. Jan Jane, I don't usually watch soccer, but after being forced to watch that final, I wonder why Liverpool is made to be a big deal. Congrats, Never.
Yeah, no.
Asino Kambikiti Erastus, did Maria go change her clothes again? Yeah.
Weer bezig.
Josephson Nanyemba, Mr. Basson, weed is not good for you, uncle. We all know it's best for flu, and you are abusing it while you are flu-free.
Where did that comment come from?
Ek wonder ook.
Nee, this must obviously. I'm too happy being an Arsenal supporter. Let me smoke my weed, okay? Leave me and my weed alone. Yeah.
African Dream Cubase, I have a number 10 Man City jersey for you, just in case.
It's coming.
Look, you know what my honest opinion is? I would have, honestly, I mean, I was sort of resigned to the fact that Messi would probably spend the final years of his career away from the club. I would have really loved to see him wear the same jersey as Cristiano Ronaldo for at least one season before either one of them retires. My Juventus can afford this one.
Yeah.
Okay, the Devils are getting the best midfielder from Ajax, Donny van de Beek. That's if he doesn't go to Barca.
Yeah.
Maria, you look awesome in that yellow.
Thank you.
Are you wearing yellow?
Bang. So is it like back or what?
No, it's just...
Oh, okay.
Wait, Maria, is that leg that I see there?
Yes, it's legs.
Oh, I thought, okay.
You are even like I didn't come in studio barefooted. Since you were saying I have ugly toes, there I can prove it.
She's on a
From
mission.
Yale, calf foot.
You got slip-ons on. You can put your feet on here.
You're
Come on, if Liverpool flops, then there is a celebration. If they win, people are angry.
Exin Wilson Ziunya, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your surname correct, the second, says, I agree with Q. I think Twitter and Facebook should add another icon, like a coffin or memorial icon. I can't like a tweet about someone dying. I think 25% royalties in case they use my ideas. Coffin. Look, at some point we have to laugh, otherwise we're just gonna cry.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's do a quick update on the COVID-19 numbers around the country.
Yes.
Confirmed coronavirus cases in Namibia at the moment, 7,365. 7,000 in a year.
We're knocking on the 10K.
Yes. We recorded 5 deaths on Friday.
Should we put up a bet again?
No. The gambling is prohibited.
Yeah, it's prohibited on people's lives.
Yeah, 5 deaths on Friday, 4 on Saturday, 3 yesterday. We are currently at 72 deaths in total related to the COVID-19 or coronavirus. The recovery rate has kind of slowed down. We are at 2,929, meaning we still have well over 4,000 active cases in the country, 4,364 to be exact. Situation is getting dire. And, of course, the one thing that we never got around to talking about was the president's address on Friday, which came on sadly after we had already left the studio and left the office. But, maybe let's just chew on that a little bit.
All right, before we get into that, behind the scenes, what people don't know is we were discouraged from attending. We were rather encouraged to watch the stream. But it seems the team, talking about Hengari and his team, our press secretary, they didn't communicate this to the president because, as we saw on the live stream, the president was like, are there no questions from the media? Or where's the media? And he thought we were boycotting. In fact, he said, is the media boycotting, And then there was a lie that we consented to not attending, which was... So on the NEM presidency group, there was a lot of back and forth, journalists very, very angry with Hengari and the team and how they went about it. And there was even demands for an apology. Okay, we didn't get one, but...
Of course.
It was sad because there were so many... Personally, I had a lot of questions. I think there were a lot of things that were said that needed more clarity. And we couldn't get, especially when you're talking about tourism and the borders opening, the Hosea Kutako, but then Windhoek is in lockdown. It wasn't immediately clear how they plan to navigate with those restrictions. Yeah. And I think, people just needed clarity. And unfortunately, because the media is not in attendance and no other platform was created during the live stream for journalists to...
For Q&A.
Yeah, for Q&A. So that even if it was asking the questions on the group and then have those read out, that didn't happen. So, sad day for the media.
Maria, straight after the president's address, I basically stopped watching, the visuals.
Yeah.
I was basically just sitting up here, just listening to the audio side of it. And the time when he was asking the question, are there no questions? Me not having any visuals as to what the setup is, I thought they were journalists. So there were no journalists.
No journalists.
No.
Our very brilliant Mr. Shinedima came up with this brilliant plan where we can basically live stream without
Yes.
ever even stepping a foot in their
Yeah.
building. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Congratulations. Innovating as always.
Ek sien die mense is hulle wil nie worry nie. Hulle praat net oor hy video wat die mense bottel water gegooi was.
Ja, wag, ons kom daar so.
Yeah, relax.
We'll get there.
We will get to the funeral, the dramatic funeral. Yeah.
A couple of things that we need to
Yeah.
get through this morning. All right, but like Maria rightfully raised as well. I mean, we are opening up the borders. Windhoek is
Hosea Kutako.
yes. Windhoek is of course traditionally the entry point via air if you are coming into Namibia. But Windhoek is under lockdown. So does that mean the tourists will also require this travel permits to leave the Windhoek, Okanja, Riobos local authority area? Or I really don't understand how the situation is going to work.
I'm also not too clear on how. What I understand is they can go to the. Without stopping, they would have to be shuttled from the airport, taken to their destination without any stops, and then stay there for 7 days. And then after that, then they can proceed to other lodges or do other tourist things they're here for. But the modality is not clear.
Yeah.
It's not clear. So would you drive through Windhoek and then out of Windhoek?
Exactly.
And how does that work, guys?
Okay, that's nothing. Okay, I'm a tourist. I come into Windhoek. Okay, I'm staying at Klingwind guest house or whatever. Now, maybe after 7 days, I want to go into town. I want to go and get myself. I want to go sit at a restaurant or want to go and get a drink here or there. There are no sit downs at restaurants.
Yes. Like all these places are still not
And
appropriate.
I even heard people saying the curfew doesn't also gel well with tourist travels.
Hello.
Exactly.
Hello.
That's exactly what and the curfew is now countrywide. By the way.
countrywide.
It's not just in.
And
Brazil.
also, what happens on the road? Like, let's say you're going to a hotel in, let's say let's say further, like Luderus, and you have to do that drive. Can you? So you can't. Okay, you can maybe stop to fuel up, but you stay in the car, or can you go into the service, buy food?
Yeah.
And what if you are not at your destination past 8? Do they allow you to proceed?
Because remember, during curfew here, after 8, even the service station were closed.
Yeah?
So what happens if you're traveling long distance
And you need fuel.
and you need fuel? So you moet staan tot 5 uur in die oggend.
It's like it.
Dat jy gaan gehelp word.
Yeah,
om te
those
ry.
are the questions, the pertinent questions we're trying to understand, because I think as media, our job is to offer clarity to the readers who obviously are not in a position to ask those questions. So we need to ask the fundamental questions.
I do think this announcement by the Ministry of Environment and Tourism was done hastily
Yeah.
to appease the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
Because where was the synergy between the ministry and government
Or State House.
or State House?
Yeah.
Okay? Because there doesn't seem to be any synergy here.
It doesn't
Because
seem to be.
Yeah, it's working against each other. at this
it's
point.
working against each other at the moment. So,
It almost seems like each one is doing their own thing.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
even now, as we sit here, there are officials probably from the president's office who's watching this or who've seen the comments that people are making on social media since the announcement. And they know now, okay, that there's a complete overlap here between the announcement of the president in terms of the lockdown, the schools opening, maximum 10 tourists coming into the country. How does this correlate with each other?
Yeah.
So, and is there anything? So we're just going to let this run now until the 14th of September
And see what happens.
and see what happens after that, or what?
Trial and error.
Yeah.
Or are we going to be humble about it and say, okay, guys, it's Monday, the 31st of August. Let's relook at, maybe we just need to put out another statement or whatever. Because we're looking stupid at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I doubt that's going to happen. I think we're going to be stuck.
They're going to double down.
We're going to be stuck with
They're
this
gonna
for
double down.
at least the next 14 days. Yes. And you remember the World Health Organization advises that, especially when the infection rate in any area is still climbing, then it's not advisable to reopen face-to-face school or to reopen schools, right? So I don't get what is going to happen now. I mean, look at the situation in Windhoek, right? We are reporting probably in excess of 100 cases each and every day. and you're sending the kids back to school. So what happens
And
when
it's not sending them in groups.
in groups?
It's like
everybody
everybody.
is going back to
squad.
Yeah, the yellow squad.
Purukutu.
So what happens now when you start getting positive cases at the schools? Does that mean you start pulling kids out of school again? This story is not a big drama for me, man.
Are you sending your kids to school?
I am.
Are you sending your kids to school?
Do I have a choice?
You know, like I said, for me, we are privileged. I said this on Friday. We're privileged enough that we can still manage. It's a ek het gedroom, ek kinders het gedriep. And I was like, what happened? Come on, the report card is just F's. I'm like, it's a nightmare. Anyway.
No.
Yeah, we
And the teacher
we dream
telling
what
me,
we fear. Yeah.
Yeah, and the teacher telling me, unfortunately, the twins cannot proceed to the next grade. Anyway, the point I'm making is, no, sorry, when I was saying that, I remember this dream I had last night. Yes, but I was saying for me it's fine. We've still been managing to get school in. And in fact, school for them starts not even on the 8th. It starts tomorrow online. So yeah, because they're on a midterm break now. So they're starting their classes today. I need to go pick up books, and then they start their classes on tomorrow, and that will run until. But then they go face-to-face starts. So they'll already be in the groove of things. When they do the face-to-face, they would have already started classes. So for me, it's easy, but for other kids, not so much. And going back to school, I'm going to take mine because, again, the school has prepared itself to receive kids, and they still worked out. They're going to communicate how it's going to work. I think once I know exactly how it's going to work, I'm going to be in a better position to decide whether to take them back. I understand they were doing initially twice a week, and then doing morning and afternoon sessions. I think they're still going to stick with that. I don't know. But I think it will depend on what modalities are put in place.
Yeah. And you know, there's no clear directive from the top. So it seems like everybody, I mean, I guess it's also sensible that everybody makes a solution that works for their particular environment. But it's scary times we are living in.
Yeah. And then Windhoek people are not adhering. I mean, I saw that video of Christina Fonseca lining people up like assembly. You guys saw that video?
I saw it.
Yeah,
it was funny.
It was very funny. They say kinders past 8. It's okay, I wouldn't even call them kinders. It's adults. It's groot mense.
Breaking curfew.
Breaking curfew, and they got lined up by the police, and their car keys apparently were taken, and let's move assembly line. So mooi geset, and then Christina was lecturing them like, guys, this is even big countries who are better equipped than us are struggling.
Yeah.
What are you doing? But she lectured them, and then she gave them a warning and says, next time we will arrest. It was a very commendable. You know, it's why I love Christina Fonseca.
I still see a little bit of movement around after 8. Not a lot, but I see here and there people moving around.
The funniest part of that video.
Can I ask a question? Is that the part?
Huh?
At the end of the video where the girl says, can I ask a question? The girl in the pink, so I cherry with a pink miniskirt.
Anyways, at the end of that video, there's this girl standing at the end of the queue. Sorry, can I ask a question, please? Everybody's like, hey, shut up.
We are getting off.
We want to go home.
You want to keep us here much longer.
You can see they're freezing because it's at night. They're not wearing jackets. And she's like, what is my name? For like, remember the name. Yes, ma'am. It's like a real assembly. Yeah.
School assembly.
And then there's one that wants to ask a question. Sis.
Aile Maiden Nuyoma, sooner or later they will abolish the lockdown because Corona is on the way to all parts from Erongo. Just imagine a person that tests positive being sent home and Erongo is open. Do you think that people will really stay until they recover? It's a good question. Ben Mulongeni, you are not stupid, Bason, as long as you realized it.
Huh? Tate Mulongeni.
Bravo, Uncle Ben.
Tate.
Benito Nati B, that sister-in-law will die soon. It's... okay, yes, there was a previous comment here by Tate Mulongeni. It's only in the land of the brave that things can be closed and you can still enter.
Okay.
like one of my friends called me from the north last week, I think around Wednesday, Thursday there. And I was like, no, I just came from Angola. I'm probably going to be traveling back to Windhoek soon. I'm like, wait, you came from Angola? It's like, dude, there are probably like, even the time that I was crossing the border, there were like maybe 40 people who were moving in and out along with me. There is no control up there. Like, yes, people are paying lip service saying things are this way and that way, but the actual situation on the ground is completely different.
Tick.
So, yeah.
I'm speechless.
It's my soulmate, bro.
Speechless.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Speechless.
When I saw her throwing that bottle, I decided she is guilty.
It wasn't the wife it wasn't the widow that threw the water or even came on this. It's a daughter. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's the daughter.
All right, guys, before we get to that, because I see everybody wants to talk about that.
I video that
Yes.
video. I've never
Story
seen anything
lorries.
so dramatic in my
Exactly.
life.
Story lorries.
Hold on. Before we get to that, right, I had an interesting conversation Sunday morning. After the Informanté published the Amushelelo story, facing additional charges. Let me just read like 2 paragraphs, right? The woes of Michael Amushelelo, the self-styled millionaire foreign currency trader, are piling up after a case of theft was registered against him by a resident of Tsumeb recently. Amushelelo, who in the recent years faced charges that include culpable homicide, contempt of court, and multiple charges of contravening of the Banking Institutions Act and the Prevention of Organized Crime Act, now faces additional charges of theft and fraud. Okay, you know the situation, this whole situation since Michael got, basically since he was arrested and then released, and his assets frozen. Basically, the explanation has always been that because the money is frozen, he can't really pay back his investors. So then the conversation came up that if Michael was trading in Forex, then there shouldn't have been money in his bank accounts. The money should have been on the platforms, which Bank of Namibia cannot freeze.
Yes.
So technically, if he wanted to pay back the investors, he could still move the money from the platforms into a South African bank account that probably maybe our Bank of Namibia will not freeze, or maybe even directly into the accounts of the investors. Which raises a lot of questions here, because it's one of those things that have been lingering since he got arrested. It's like, was Michael really trading with all the money that he was getting? Of Vasey? I mean, because you think about it, when the Bank of Namibia basically pronounced itself on the issue, they did not necessarily say that Forex is illegal. But they said what he was busy with was illegal.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And
it's a very difficult situation, because it's starting to look more and more like maybe he might have been conning people.
Yeah.
But then there's still so much support. It's such an unpopular opinion, but that is what it's starting to look like.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
when I say it, then I'm told I'm a Michael hater.
Yeah, you are hating on Michael.
It's just because you don't have a Mercedes.
I
I have nothing against Michael personally.
Yes.
That's why I can see him and say hello to him. It's not personal for me. I just don't like the modus operandi in which he was doing things. I don't even like him going to the bank and doing recording it for his social media, going to the bank and pulling the statement to show that he's got millions in 3 accounts, when you know very well it's not your money. So why you? It's just for me it's off-putting.
Money attracts money, most. So I'll show the money that I have, so I can attract more investors.
No, for me, unfortunately, this.
I would be very hesitant to invest.
Yeah.
Like what you say. Me as a potential investor, I would be very hesitant then to invest in you. If I see you flaunting that money around,
yes, because it's supposed to be a contract, confidentiality.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not that the statement will say Neville Basson.
Yeah.
But still, it's the fact that you are so caught up in flaunting money that I personally can't even trust you with my money anymore.
Yeah.
Because then what else will you do with that money to flaunt? So the flaunting,
Look, I completely
it never
understand.
sat well with me.
I completely understand where you're coming from, right? But then there's also the element of I have made it to the point where I'm driving fancy cars, I'm sitting with millions in 3-4 different bank accounts from nothing. From nothing. So if you give me your money, imagine what I can do for you.
But then again, I just feel that your code of conduct, your public code of conduct,
Yes, but
must be so discreet.
You're a seasoned investor, Neville.
Let me tell you actually what seasoned investors do. If you're an investor, and you dealing with people's money, even brokers are not loud about their wealth. You can't be, because people,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
can't look broke, but you also can't look rich. Because if you look broke, people will be like, yo, you're going to abuse my money. And if you look too rich, it looks like you are again abusing the money.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you need to find that middle ground of seeming respectable and professional, but not poor and not too wealthy.
Yeah.
When you do either or, you are really bringing problems for yourself. But that is if you're working with big investment money. For Michael Amushela, where people are giving him, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000.
It's getting like to up to 50,000 stuff.
Up to 50,000. Maybe the people that are giving him that money don't mind it. I don't know.
Like, look, that's why I said, like, in this particular case, but you are a seasoned investor. Because you would be able to ascertain some of those things. I mean, Michael would not have gotten money from Neville Basson or Lazarus Jacobs for his thing. No.
I'm just joking.
For somebody, come and say a regular guy like me, but the 20,000 in savings had, those are the people he's targeting. It's like,
yes, that's what I'm saying. And maybe you guys don't mind.
Yeah, it's just sitting there doing nothing. Give it to me, I can double it for you. When you start thinking,
easy cash.
And normally what happens with these Ponzi schemes is they catch you with it. They do take your money. Like, what's the guy's name? I think the most popular, I wouldn't say popular, but the guy who got arrested a few years ago, Bernie something. He takes the 20,000 and he doubles it for you. And you see that it works. So then next time around you will take 40.
That one won't be doubled.
Then you wait.
and by the way, you also went to go spread the word.
Yes.
He
Become a
doubled my
walking
money.
advertisement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
Bernie Madoff, the biggest Ponzi scheme crook in history.
Interesting.
Mano, yeah.
We'll see how this one develops. All right, let's get back to funerals.
Ha!
It's what you guys want to talk about. Opa Maandagochtend. Okay, first give us context real quick. Like what? Like I just saw the video being shared by Neville, and then Maria sharing.
Why must you bring my name
Manus
into
J.
this thing?
Look, all these things are always brought to the group by Neville. If anybody needs
WhatsApp
to
expert, Twitter expert.
know. Wat het gebeurt, Neville?
No, long story short, it seems to be in South Africa, but because it was an insert of ENCA, where at this memorial service of this guy,
This business guy.
business guy, he owned a funeral parlor. Apparently, he designed some of the best gravestones in South Africa for celebrities and everybody,
Prominent
and the rich
figure, yes.
and prominent figures out there. So he passed on, and at his memorial service, everybody was obviously paying tributes to him. And then the sister came along, and she had the mic.
Maybe
And
we should
she-
just play that part.
And she,
Kom ons speel net die part.
asseblief toch. Can we just get...
Let's just give you,
Please.
since you like the scandal the way it is, you want the tea fresh, let's serve it fresh. Ek moet ons na die video, want jy het gepost.
Yeah.
Jy het die video gepost. Sorry, yes. I'm just going to play you that video.
Just that last part.
That last part. Hey! Just morning mix.
Don't.
And obviously there were jokes and memes around.
You can't find it.
No, I found it.
Okay.
I just need to put on the volume. Okay, wait.
I want to zoom in on your screen.
No, they don't have to see it. They can just hear it.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
All right.
These shocking claims. Lebahang was in pain. It turns out his wife had brought a man into the house.
Shh.
Please, don't you dare. That's it. That's it. Enough. She brought a man into my brother's house. She brought a man into my brother's house.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
So,
we were debating this last night, I'm telling you.
Mean, if my wife is standing with nonsense, my sisters must also go stand up for me like
Hey,
that.
my broer.
Yes.
I posted it on my family group last night.
Go.
I said to my younger sister, Jennifer, this job is yours.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Max zeker.
No, we say, Boetie, nou, hoekom ek? Ek say, you have no filter, you. You must do this.
but as information is coming up about this, people that know the family and it's on social media. Apparently, this sister-in-law has been tormenting the wife for years. They don't have a good relationship.
Is it because the wife had a man in the brother's house?
I don't know. They've not been on
good terms.
even that apparently could be false, you know. But
Or it could be true.
or it could be true. I don't know. But
Yeah.
the point is, there's been a very volatile relationship between the two
yeah.
of them for years. Even while he was alive, they just did not get along. So the question is, why would you give a mic to somebody? Why would you give a mic to somebody that is that unhinged?
But it's the brother's funeral. I mean, can you really deny her? the
Look,
chance
we
to
all
say
know,
something?
we all have that relative that is unhinged. Every family has that relative.
Maybe they didn't know she was unhinged.
I think they seem to have known she was unhinged.
Maybe it's like
Oh,
Donald.
but they didn't expect her to say what she said.
It's like Donald Trump, most. You give him the mic every time, hoping he's not gonna say something crazy this time.
And he,
This is-
and he always says something crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, my opinion is she was dead wrong. It's not the place. Funerals are not the place to air dirty laundry like that.
No, but you know, us black people, we are very dramatic, most. That's was the yellow crowd. Yeah, uncle is here. Even grandpa is here. These
So-
things must be spoken.
So, Cubase, I need to ask you. You have sisters?
A lot of them.
Okay. Your wife and your sisters, as hulle nga met mekaar. Hulle is nga. Okay. Nee, is mooi.
My sisters.
Is yours
Nee, hulle
wife?
is nga.
My
Tell us
sisters
now.
are gonna be okay with my wife for as long as I'm happy with my wife.
Yeah.
And also, that's why I don't really when I'm having issues like at home, I don't
That was the
complain to
question.
family members.
Yeah, and
Man, because they hold on to those grudges after you've let them go a long time ago.
it's one thing that I don't understand.
Yes.
And it cuts for both husband and wife. Why are you taking your personal problems to your family? Why are you going to discuss your marital problems with your sister, with your brother, with your mother? I will never in my life
No,
go and tell my mother that I had a fight with Mevrouw last night. I can go and say, Ma, asseblief, hierdie ding bly tussen ek en jy. Please, and it's a small thing,
Yeah.
we will sort it out. Next family bride. Hey! Hierdie kind van my wat so hard werk. So by so. Ek weet nie of my kind gewaardeer word in die huis. Stuff like that just comes out.
people start taking shots at your wife, yeah.
They're taking shots at your wife.
And now you sitting there.
Ek hoor sy kookie vir hom.
Well, ja,
Ek
hallo.
kom elke oggend is hy honger en
Now the two of you
Yo,
have made up, and the family is still beefing
Yeah.
her over this.
For me, as a personal rule as well, I don't take
no.
my business to my family. The only time I will take my business is if I know the relationship has ended, and because I don't do
Yeah.
this in and out of a relate. I can like in
Yeah.
and out, but even that you won't know. But when I'm done, and I know that relationship
Ons
is
is klaar.
once it's clear, then I will pick up my phone or go to my mother and say, okay, just to inform you. that this relationship has ended.
Like, Bason is no longer your son-in-law.
Yes, yes. Then I will tell, because yes, of course they should know.
Yeah.
But even then, I won't go into the nitty-gritties of why and how and lucky I have lucky my mom's never been the type to be so invested in my business that she needs to know the nitty-gritties, or she's constantly trying to find out what's going on in my life. She waits for me to approach her, and when I approach her, she says very little, and then what she usually does is support me, like I support whatever decision you make, obviously, and that's the end of it. So I'm lucky to have a mother like that that's not invested in gossip, But I know some people are not as lucky. I mean, there are some families that are so unified that they are in each other's business through and through.
I still remember the day I got married. Okay? And don't sit here and judge me. Okay? I still remember the day I got married. Mevrouw stands here next to me. The pastor stands in front of us. Is there anyone here that objects to what is happening here?
Yeah. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Speak now or forever
hold your peace.
Hold your peace. No, okay, as a man, you stand there, and so get niks gemaakt nie. But there's this one, it's so you want to look around.
Right, check,
Because there's some crazy somebody there at the back.
Because even in the hall, there are those people that have, even this morning that were telling you, it's a who can throw Jane, bro. On your wedding day. So you're just wondering.
Correct that it's a.
So talk net would like
Teacher, I have a question.
Oh, it's like the girl in the pink skirt.
Yes.
I can ask a question.
So
does your wife know you were with me last night?
So I can imagine what happened at this memorial service was extremely
embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Like I said, true or not, whether it's true or not, for me personally, it's not the place. Memorial is not the place to do it. But also, as I put on that group, it was a little bit more irritating because, and I said this, a lot of us Africans, right, when our fathers passes away, we prepare ourselves to find out about potential half-siblings at our father's funerals. That's just the African way. You know, it's like you prepare yourself. Okay, I'm going to go to my father's funeral. There's a possibility I'm going to find out about 1 or 2 or 3 half-siblings that I didn't know about. That's usually when they show up. You know? So we know that this is a common theme at funerals, half-siblings, which then obviously shows that men conceive children outside the marriage. But I don't see at these funerals then the men that passed away being like desecrated or criticized, or that the memorial becomes this nasty or takes a nasty turn. It doesn't happen. We just accept these are your half-siblings.
No, Maria, we don't criticize the dead. She was not criticizing the dead. She was criticizing the one that is alive.
No. She was shaming. The point I'm making is she was shaming her for bringing a man into the marital bed. Like the deceased would have also brought a woman into his marital bed. Yes. But that's never an issue. It's a funeral.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't criticize the deceased. If she dies at her memorial, nobody's going to bring it up. But at somebody else's memorial, if she's there, she's going to be targeted.
I don't know. That sister was so unhinged. I can't even trust that she wouldn't. Should have been like, yeah, she's dead now. She's dead, but she brought a lover into my brother's bed.
Good riddance.
Good riddance.
She would have been the one with a laughing emoji on the tweet. Who died?
The point I'm making is whether it's true or false, I didn't think that it's easier for women to be shamed, obviously, when they do these things, when they have affairs. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. We don't know them well enough. But yeah, it was. I watched it and I was just thinking, this is so embarrassing. And first of all, I've never seen it, so to see it on camera, I know these things happen. But
I remember when I was a kid, because my grandfather died in 1979, and he was I defined him as my father. That's the father that I knew. So as we got older, we were subtly introduced to other
Siblings.
Yes.
It's common. It's common.
And they are just, if you look at these kids, if you look at these guys, you just know these are family. So, but over the years, we, not that we didn't accept, because within culture, you accept immediately.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
What are you
and
gonna
we're
do?
having such a good relationship. And we're very, very supportive with each other.
You know, a lot of them even sort of grow up in and around the family.
Yes.
It's like a cousin or like
Yeah.
a distant.
Net duiken wat
Yeah,
altyd
my-
daar is.
Like, Matteo, wat soek jy altyd hier so? Only to go find out later.
No, it's true because even when my stepfather passed away, there was this kid in the house. We were not sure. I mean, it was the nanny that used to work there, like the person that used to help at the house, her child. But we were like,
It's always the nanny.
so we not to say my papa was stout man, but you know he's a man. So we were like waiting. You know, we were just waiting to
Yeah.
find out Dijklink and is a sibling. No, but okay, he wasn't. But the point is we were anticipating it. We're like, vandag sal ons nou aandag moet uitvind.
And it's always like the Zali will take one look at that child.
She'll be
Yes,
like, yeah.
as they are called so big, he can.
Arnold
Jy
Schwarzenegger.
sê wie se kind is jy?
As Kabas was Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said because he impregnated the nanny. So he looked at this child. And later on, the child was about 7, 8 years old. And he started to, it's a, the jawbone, everything. I don't know if the kid had muscles, but he immediately saw. But I don't understand if guys say, I realize now it's mine.
What
Maybe
moments?
my sexual experiences in my past is just way different than what other guys, because if somebody would tell me, I'm not too sure if I have, how many children I have. How
have you been conducting your
how
life?
have you been conducting yourself that you're
Yeah.
not sure which children are yours and not?
Yeah.
If you know that you slept,
Promiscuous.
if you know that you slept with the nanny and you had chiscop, you're supposed to know something, and you see the nanny
But
is
maybe the
pregnant.
nanny is sleeping with somebody else
Yes,
also.
Neville. The nanny might not even be sleeping. The nanny might be in a serious relationship with somebody, which she doesn't want to jeopardize by. So she say, "Yo, you learn ali as you like tini."
Okay, you guys have a point, maar so waar.
Yeah.
But,
It's still,
but for you said most the prominent feature is the nose.
it's
so you
here.
will look out for.
My eyes, my smile, my mouth, my nose, my
So you cannot sin as many as
myne.
I think we all have those features that we are always looking for.
Nee.
It's like, ek wil seker maar kom ek kyk eers this and this and this has
As
to be
myne.
on. Yeah. All right, let's read a few comments. Bason, why you guys now exporting Corona to Oshakati, man?
Now
Sorry,
it's-
my brother.
sorry.
People are
Come on.
misbehaving.
The north will be the new epicenter soon.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not. Yeah, it's not something I. Helena Tasha Nampala, thank you for the update of what is happening within and around the country, guys. It comes in very handy.
You're welcome.
All right. People here are calling it coronavirus. Oh, Tatebena.
Leave us, the Kwanyamas, please. No more Kwanyama slander on the show, please.
Coronavirus. Wilson Zunye, there is time, Maria. Tonight you should dream about the twins getting all A's and problem solved.
Will do. I rebuked it anyway. I rebuked it.
Vondre Karumba, Windhoek and Riobos roadblock is wide open because of commuting. So what's the use of lockdown?
Yeah.
Maybe there's what's this? A roadblock on the other side of Riobos. I mean, technically we are permitted to move between Windhoek, Riobos and Okanja, but just not outside any of the three towns. I mean, further outside.
Tamaris Chipka.
Yeah, the three localities
Yeah,
you can
maybe.
move. You can move from Okanja, Windhoek, Riobos freely.
Yeah.
It's outside those 3 localities.
Yeah, you can't head in any other direction.
Yeah.
Erasi EK.
Wait a minute.
What?
Ja.
Oh, dit planne vir Rebon.
As ons mos deur Rebord kan ry, dan is dit mos klaar.
Maar is daar nie roadblock aan die kant Rebord?
Nee, then you take the gravel road.
I'm sure there's also a roadblock at the gravel road.
And me, I drive a Bentley. I can't be driving my Bentley on the road. How up? Right. I just don't know what strategies are they using, but it's so awkward to allow tourists to enter and they are not free to move around. That is not vacation. To them, it's the same as locked in a cage or staying in your country. All right. Did Cubase call you? Who was I supposed to call? Is she hot?
Father.
Or watching.
Maria's reactions are so classic.
Hulle is besig. Hulle is altyd besig.
RSEK.
Maria, los ons toch uit asseblief.
But
We
no,
still...
But no trader keeps money on a platform, do they say? Okay, no money at all, then how do you trade if there's no money on the platform? Maybe somebody should come explain. Maybe Michael should come explain Forex to us again.
This is the only reason I'm not opining too deeply, because I don't know how it works. I just know that whatever money is in his account is not all his, and therefore you should not be flaunting it.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, this girl is clever, bravo. And then she's just open-minded. And then both. Okay.
What it me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Stanji.
Denzel Spiegel, Michael is one of those guys that would continuously remind you of how poor you are. I haven't had that much interaction with him, but I mean, he seemed nice enough.
No, he was cool.
Nee, Michael is een ngao.
Yeah, he's
Maar is
cool.
maar net hy eccentric.
Which is he's not the
element
in his defense, he's not the only Namibian that's like that. It seems to be a very common, popular thing. When you have a bit of money, you flaunt it. It's just, I guess it's what happens when you don't grow up with money.
Bro, new money is loud.
New money is
Loud.
very loud.
Yeah.
But it's so sexy when it's subtle.
Yeah,
Ja. Ja.
Yeah.
that is true.
True.
Okay, George Hansen, Namibia needs a mass march. The government as a joke and they are laughing, right? Hey, ha, 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 ha. Okay. Joshua Hadula Mora, ek wil toch weet as school begin, will it be first come, first serve, since people are only restricted to be 10 in a place? Yeah, how are we going to do with the classrooms? I mean, the restrictions are still at 10. Neville, moments of weakness. Tatio Castens.
Aye.
What is Neville's moment of weakness?
No, I think Neville said moment of weakness. Or what, did you not?
No, yeah.
Or with the nanny is the moment of weakness?
No, the issue is, it's just difficult for me. How can't you track your behavior?
I mean,
that's an issue for me.
And this narrative of sleep, when you were talking about Schwarzenegger, I was thinking about how this narrative of impregnating the nannies is very common in Namibian circles. And to the point where, like, the wives don't want to hire, like, younger women. So then they bring somebody older. Maar they Zalisa ook zwangere. Because one thing I'll tell you, if your husband is a wandering eye, that makkie sak nie.
Ja, daar was nog net ou Zalies by my huis. Baie ou Zalies.
Die vrou het seker gemaak. Mevrou.
She is HR herself.
Castro Paul is saying the highlight was how the auntie dodged that water bottle thrown at her as she was exposing the wife. Now that's dedication right there.
She's lucky she didn't catch fingers. I know some families are also viable. She would have been tackled.
Ailey Mayday is saying when you marry a breadwinner, you marry problems.
What does that mean?
She will explain. My dear in-laws, don't forget and forgive. Aye. Especially if they never liked you to begin with.
Yeah.
Aye. Some families are bitter, very bitter.
Yeah.
Erasi, the last person who said that is now where?
Very bitter.
Yeah.
Ailey is saying, my friend won't get a mic on my wedding day. Never. Actually, I have a lot of wedding speeches from my friends here.
True face. Yeah, they're just certain people that should not be given a mic.
In your family history or yours, talking about funerals and weddings, has there ever been any embarrassing moments that you guys can recall?
You know, I don't.
And what was it?
I don't actually come from a very dramatic or controversial family. I really don't. We don't. As I say, die family. We are very much about keep things, here. But I've got one auntie. Yeah, she's. I think out of the group, if there's one dramatic one, it's her. But even that is usually behind. It's done behind the scenes. So, like even at my grandfather, there were some things that were happening behind the scenes.
Handled properly.
Yeah, they were handled there behind. They wanted to fight it, not physically, but handled, but never in front of people. I think my family in that regard, thank goodness, they're not about handling their business in front of people. But yeah, there's always one. So I know you have a story to tell, so tell us.
I had an aunt. This is now from my Damara side, and she stayed in Dolam, and may rest in peace, Auntie Koikis. She was very funny, and so she liked to have a drink. So she was always the entertainment whenever there's a family gathering or whatever. But sometimes it can become very embarrassing.
Of course.
Normally at funerals. En if she, as is al bietjie gatwala is nie, dan kom sy dan stap sy van Dolam af. And we have maybe a memorial service at our house. And then she comes there and we start singing. There are hymns that, and she always sings out of tune or the loudest. Woo! Dis my good day. So now everybody's like, and then the preacher would be preaching. So with everything he says, and she's like, ach, jy lieg toch, sowieso. Ons is moeg preek klaar. Jy preek te lank. So it's this embarrassing.
And the more you try to diffuse, the louder she becomes.
The louder she gets. And she would swear at us. And
if you try to shackle her, she just becomes more incensed. Yeah.
We love her. And we miss her so much. Because if we think about family gatherings and stuff, she's the one person that, that element is what we miss. And if you don't have that one person in your family, then you got a very boring family life.
Benito says, Neville, I remember one at Alfredo's wedding.
Yeah. No, that one, she's a family friend, but she lives down the street. But she was very much like that one.
What happened at the wedding?
No, in fact, at my brother's wedding last year, this woman was really out of order. And Ota. So I went as far as I had to go and call the police to come and remove her. It was embarrassing. So, but it's Katatura stuff. Yeah. It's part and parcel of who we are.
I see Shaks is getting uncomfortable with us talking about Michael and his trading. I know you are also into Forex, my guy.
Oh, okay.
Dion Chimsizel just gave clarity. He says, Mary, I think she means by when you marry a breadwinner, you marry problems is that the breadwinner takes care of his family, parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, etc. So when he gets married, many of the times, the family start feeling that the wife is taking so much of what they used to get. Very, very correct. Yeah, actually, you are. Like, when you put it like that, I 100% concur.
100%.
Yeah. Ooh, that one breadwinner, that's...
Benito Nati B, if you
want... Ons kind sy geld kom vat.
En moet nie daar kom met jou eie kinders. Nou moet hy ook haar kinders geld.
If you want bitterness in my family, just go to the other Herrero family.
Ne?
Yeah. There's most also those where you know, as mixed kids. So you grow up in these two cultures and the families absolutely do not like each other. And you're forever caught in the middle of that. In any case, Asino Kambikiti Josephson, local news. Is it the tate with Castello here, side chick here, and partner there? Oh, okay. Roviera, I really think she did it correct. She made the right move because now she be inheriting things from the guy while she was sexing someone else. People are just too used to crying and being false at funerals. She was being real.
Still not the place.
Yeah.
One time.
Not the place.
Come on, you have friends that you don't put on loudspeaker.
Facts. Facts.
And you can't listen to their voice notes in public either. And you can nooit wat kom daar. Vooral Jane, never. Any audio that you send me, I do not listen while I'm with it.
Siri.
Met ander mense. Ek het al goede van jou afgekry.
So jy sê ek het nie maniere nie of wat?
Jy is 'n probleem. Problematic child.
Probs.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Neville, Jay had most your rehearsals had the weekend.
Yeah.
We didn't even talk about the numbers that started over the weekend, or did they finish over the weekend? I haven't been paying attention.
How did the auditions go?
Yeah. Yo.
The rehearsal.
My
I mean.
rehearsal
Yeah.
went. I'm a little bit more confident going forward.
All right.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, it's still going to be an uphill battle. But one thing I must say, and I think one of the statements that on Saturday when we were busy rehearsing, that the team was making is that Neville, we really feel you, because even for us, that language is
it's very complicated.
It's complicated. So they really trying very hard to try and make it easier for me, but there's a lot of work that I have to put into that.
But the nice thing is when a song is that complicated, like when you pull it off, it's brilliant. Obviously, if it fails, it's catastrophic. But
yeah.
that's why you just have to make sure that you really bring.
I
it.
will have to rehearse. I took my daughter with on Saturday.
Oh, that's nice.
So that she, because obviously Ayanda thinks that Daddy never puts a foot wrong in life.
Yeah.
Daddy, anything she asks, Daddy knows. Superhero. So, and I told her, you know what, sweetheart, I'm taking you with so that you can see that Daddy has some flaws. And when I was standing there fumbling and not singing right, she looked at me like, Daddy, Daddy, you're not ready for this. Daddy, I don't think you should do this.
You just killed Superman.
Yes. So they were filming her while she was saying.
Oh, with the expert. Now I need to see the video.
Yeah, so they filmed her and she was just.
This guy has decided he's going to stick
just
with
gonna.
this
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything. It's a losing battle.
Yeah.
And then
this whole time, you sitting here
is
next to
Korean.
me, I hear you saying the same things, but it's also a losing battle. Yeah, ek bly maar net stil, want jy sal mos afstry.
my 2 kids, it's difficult to teach them English every morning.
I just heard her saying catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, but she was saying catastrophic.
Tomato. Like legit.
Film.
You can go on me on Zello, but nothing else.
Coronavirus.
It's onze mensen toch. The spirit of Mandume.
Mutatio, guys, the best way of handling things like that is to ignore. Once Zaliki came and took the phone of my late father from the casket in church. No one reacted. The rest is history. Allemaal sit net, that would not happen in my family, trust me. I think we should go.
Yeah.
Ovo.
Have a productive day.
There was this image as you were saying, have a productive day. Zorena walks in with the face of non-productive, like sleep deprived,
non-productivity,
like just not doing well.
Yeah, no,
So
I was a little bit sleep deprived last night.
Wat het gebeur?
I just sleep. My sleeping patterns on the Sunday night is just bad.
They say when you don't sleep well, you have problemen. Is you alright?
Weet jy probleme nie?
Yeah, allemaal het problemen.
Dankie.
That's right.
Thank you very
Actually,
much.
That is so correct. Yo.
We all have stuff to deal with.
Yeah.
Small problems, big problems, small
Ay,
problems.
Martin Khan, come on, we are the youth of tomorrow. Leave me, I corrected myself.
We are.
Waar mensen vergeten, hoe kom je het zo? Ay, gaan
We
man.
are the youth of tomorrow.
Wait, I wasn't here for that comment. When was it made? Was it on one of my off days? All right, guys, let's get out of here. Yeah,
No bias nuts.
enjoy the rest of the
I
day.
thank you.
And don't forget, of course, you can stream the hour with Dirk, Vandaag is Koffie and Tatinawa, and that's between 12 and 1 right here on Informanté Radio. Peace.
Every day we bring you the hottest music.
The ultimate music mix.
Some outrageous conversations.
I know a few alleged drug dealers.
This is not a drug conversation.
And I'm not.
This was.
No drug slender will be accepted.
You will not come play snitch here on the show. Disclaimer: I don't know anything about drugs. I don't know any drug dealers.
I know.
I just want to talk about witchcraft.
Let's get to the real thing.
The Morning Mix on Informanté Radio. The sound for a new age.
Udulelo kale bathi kombo ko. Ukale pa hulolo tulanga.